This is the solution video for question 3 from paper 1 of the 2019 TMUA exam. In this question, we're given this expression 1 plus x to the 0 plus 1 plus x to the 1 plus 1 plus x squared, etc. all the way up to plus 1 plus x to the 80. And we're asked, if we expand all of this, what's the coefficient of x? And we're given some options for what the answer might be. We're given these 8. So we're given 80, 81, 324, 628, or some slightly higher numbers, 3,240, 3,321, 6,480, or 6,642. So in this question, looking at this expression, it becomes clear that we're going to have to deal with and look at expansions of things looking like this: 1 plus x to the n for some whole number n, and we're going to change n and see what happens to the coefficient of x. So what's the coefficient of x when we expand this out? Well, we'll know from the binomial theorem that the coefficient of x is n choose 1, because we're looking at x to the 1. And so what is this? This is not particularly helpful written out like this. So n choose 1, well, if we write it out by definition, that's just n factorial over n minus 1 factorial times 1 factorial. And then, remembering what the definition of factorial is, we see, very nicely, that this is just n. So this is helpful. This is very helpful. So if we copy down the original expression we started with, so 1 plus x to the 0 plus 1 plus x to the 1, etc. And let's look at the x coefficients in each one of these, and then add them up, and we'll get the x coefficient for the whole thing. So 1 plus x to 0, this one's quite nice because we know anything to the power 0 is just 1, so we know we have 0 x's. And then this 1 plus x to the 1, let's look at this, n equals 1, so we get 1x, which is pretty clear as well because 1 plus x to the 1 is just 1 plus x. Same with this, 1 plus x squared, we know our coefficient will be 2 for the x. And we carry on like this, and we realise that this will be 79, and this will be 80. Okay, awesome. So we know that these represent the coefficient of x in each little bit, and if we just add these numbers up, we'll get the coefficient of x for this messy expression here. So how do we do that? Well, we're adding up, you'll see that we're adding up integers between 1 and 80. And we know we have a formula for that. We know if we add the first n natural numbers, or positive integers, we know the sum is a half n times n plus 1. And we know here that we're summing 80 of them. So our n is 80. And so for our final answer, we just need to work this out with 80 in. So we have half times 80 times 81, which with a bit of column multiplication will come out as 3,240. And very reassuringly, this matches with E on our answers. And so we know our answer is E.